In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, well, hello, 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 and a welcome to Up Close and Personal with Angela. I tell you, I am truly, truly excited for you guys to be able to meet these amazing authors. I tell you, today has been so full. I have been blessed by some amazing authors that have just come on and truly shared from their heart and soul on today. And I know this time with this author, this doctor, this I'm telling you, y'all, it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be nothing shy than what you have been experiencing throughout the day, because they are amazing. If you've not had an opportunity to go over to the page and check them out, or over to the blog and check them out, I want to encourage you guys to go over, check out their videos. They got videos floating around. They have all type of things that you guys can really get to know them. But stick around and get an opportunity to meet Dr. Josiah Jean Peru, and I probably messed up his name, but y'all, please do not charge it to my heart. Charge it to that old mind of mine, because I tell you, I'm not good. I'm from the country. I'm not good with names, and I just be honest. I butcher some names, but please don't charge it to my heart, because trust me, I didn't mean to. But I'm gonna move out the way, y'all. Gonna give my doctor an opportunity to come up here and do his name some justice, and tell y'all a little bit about himself. So let me move on out the way. Let me get down here in the corner. Come on.
Hey, 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 what's up, Angela? How you doing?
How are you? I am great. Now, please say your name the correct way, because I know I butchered it.
Yeah, my name is Josiah. This is Jean Pierre.
Jean Pierre. So I was almost there. I was almost
Yeah,
there.
you was.
I was almost there. Welcome, 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 welcome. I see you doing so many amazing things. So I'm so honored to be right here in the midst of you on today. I want you to share with those that are tuned in and those that will see this replay just a little bit about you and what this journey has been like for you becoming an author.
Yeah. Once again, my name is Dr. Josiah Jean Pierre. I'm an execution coach, influential speaker. My mission and vision is to empower others so they can be equipped to elevate fully into whom God created them to be with no limits. My brand is really turning your pain into purpose, and everything you go through in life. I always say the mess of life has a powerful message, the test of life a powerful testimony, and the miseries of life have a powerful ministry.
Wow. That is amazing. So, are you a self-published author, or did you do it the traditional route?
Self-published. I chose self-published because I want control of my own. I want to have my voice and my power of control doing self-publishing. I just figured out if I do traditional publishing, it'll be more of them having power, more them having control. So I said, if I'm gonna write this book, 7 books in, I want to be able to have full access to my work and my voice and have control of my own work.
Correct. So, what was one of your biggest challenges as a self-published author?
One of the biggest challenges I'll say starting off, I've been writing books now for 9 years. So my biggest challenge starting off would be is getting your book to the marketplace starting off, and how to get to the right audience and market to the right audience with your book, and figuring out where your audience is at and who will give you the potential to give you access to share your work and your voice with your book that you have.
So, what have been some of the strategies that you have found effective for you?
One of my strategies is I had to change my focus on why am I writing this book. So it came from changing it from a revenue focus to planting seeds focus. So I turn my mentality to, if I could just reach one soul, that's all that matters to me. If I could just reach one, teach one. And my book is really about impacting. So I tell myself, okay, don't focus on revenue because because eventually the revenue is going to come. But let me focus on planting seeds and having impact that way. And once I let that become the strategy, become the driver's seat of my why to writing this book, that's when takeoff started to happen.
Right. So, what are some of the tips that you would give someone that is starting out, someone that wants to, but they don't know where to start?
But the first tip I will say is this: one, just free write. Don't make it be perfect. Don't make it perfect. Have to be perfect at all. Just free write. Put your thoughts on paper and execute. I always say like this: it's like writing an essay, right? When you write an essay, you have an introduction, three body paragraphs, a conclusion, and all that. Think of your manuscript as your introduction, and your body paragraphs are your chapters. But I would say just write that, just write your manuscript, write what you have, what's on your mind, free write and see what happens. And then from there on, do not feel like you have to have everything done and over all over again. Just know that once you do, and there's publishing companies out there, and publishing
Hmm.
companies, it's their job to make sure your book looks good. You approve your work. They have a whole team for everybody else, a marketing team, a cover designer, editing team that will do all that work for you. So don't get so stuck up on, hey, I need to make this perfect. Just free write what you have going down. And then once you get to publish your company, have them do the hardest part of the work, which is editing and
That's
format and everything else. Because this is
that's
what
it.
I did. I put it on paper and I have publishing team do what they got to do to make sure my work looks good.
And that's what I tell people. The hardest part is getting it on the paper. Once you got it on the paper, once you got it out and got it on the paper, everything else is gonna fall into place because that's the editor's job. It is to make sure that you have something that you want to present that represents you.
Yep.
So you can give it back to them 20 times if you want to. It has to represent you and it has to be what you want. But that's what they get paid for. So I tell people, put it on the paper, get it out, and then let them do their thing. So after you have gotten it on paper, you've gotten it out, you have that masterpiece in your hand. What will be your next advice to that new author? Because
Yeah.
sometimes we get that book and we put it on, it end up on the shelf and it start collecting that dust. How can we keep it from collecting that dust?
Well, I will say this is one, if you know your book is in route is coming out. Say for example, your book comes out in 3 months. Start doing pre-sales. Start pre-selling. Pre-sell your book. You have a book coming out, start pre-selling because one, that will generate revenue for you. And then second, once the book is officially out, it's in hand, you can now start making moves with your book. And then what I do is I'll tell the people who pre-sell the book, who order from the pre-sales, I'll tell them, hey, take a picture of the book and send me a picture of you with the book. Now you're talking about marketing. So now what happens is now you can post a picture of people buying your book. That now draws attraction to other people saying, oh shoot, the book just came out. People are buying the book. Now there's a fear of loss in place saying, hey, I don't want you to get sold out. How can I get my copy of the book? And I always
Right.
tell people, do not send your book to Amazon. Yes, your book is on Amazon, but do not tell people to go to Amazon and buy your book. You should always have a book in stock. So if people say, I want to buy your book, you send them an invoice and you ship your book out yourself because you keep 100% your profit that way compared to Amazon, who only keeps 80-20% split, which means they keep 80% and you keep 20% off of your book cost of your book.
Correct. But for those that cannot ship to overseas and to all those other places, that's when Amazon and those places like that come in. I always tell people, I send people to Amazon so that they can see, number one, the reviews that have been left, and they can see what other things that I have. But I always got something over here for you to get. I always tell people, encourage people to get an autograph copy from you. So then they get a personal note from you. They get something that you have personalized, and then it makes it personal. It makes it more personal to them. A lot of people will follow and support you, not for what you have and what you're putting out, but for who you are and what you're giving them. And they want to know you.
Yep.
I've actually had people tell me they don't follow me and buy my books because of what I'm putting out, but it's because of the content that I'm sharing, because of the videos that I'm putting out, because of those things, and because of my spiritual connection. They say
Mm.
the vibe that they get from me. Not because of the book. I had one lady say if I printed a blank book, she would buy it. Those are the type of supporters that you want to draw. So you have to have those relationships. You have to engage, interact with your people, allow them to get to know you, truly allow them to get to know the author and the brand of you. They don't have to know all your personal business, what you're doing in your personal life, but allow them to get to know you as an author and that brand that you're trying to get out to the masses. So, if you would, you are one of the 100 authors to watch for 2025 Aspiring Authors Magazine. What inspired you to join this movement?
What inspired me to join this movement as a top 100 author to watch in the Aspire magazine is one, representation. I'm big in representation. Who's representing us? And plus, I also did my homework on you too, Angela. So, to be honest, I did my homework on you and on the Inspiring Authors magazine. And you guys are very consistent. You guys' brand, you guys' heart, you guys' mission around, hey, featuring authors who's making impact. And I think also the other reason why I joined this movement is just because of the fact a lot of people, you talk about recognition, a lot of people want to be recognized for their work and their impact and for the literary work that they do. And if you talk about black literary work, there's a lot of authors who has the mindset of there's a lot of people who are people of color, black folks, who have the mindset of wanting to write a book, but they don't see representation of people who are making impact, making waves in the literary world. And I just figured, hey, you know what? Being a part of the 100 Authors to Watch magazine, it brings representation. It gives hope to other people who are aspiring writers to believe, hey, if this person who looks like me could do it, I could do it. And so my vision is helping other dreamers and aspiring writers to take on the leap of faith to start writing that book because of representation in literary work. And I truly believe without representation, there won't be a lot of motivation. And this is to be a good motivation factor to people to believe that, hey, they could do it too because someone who looks like me is also doing it.
Well, you are definitely doing that. You are definitely being a representation in the literary world and being a voice with all of the things that you're doing. Hats off to you.
Thank
I love to give people their props and their flowers while they can enjoy them. You are doing some amazing things, and oftentimes we don't acknowledge individuals for what they're doing, and for a brown black male, for a black male that is doing it, you are doing a lot of things that a lot of our males are afraid to step out of, and afraid to come forth and afraid to share, because we don't want to fail. We don't want to look like a failure. But you're not afraid to step out and be that trailblazer. And I applaud you for that. Kudos to your
you.
honorary doctrine. Kudos. That speaks volumes, because it speaks of the work that you do and the honor that you bring to what you do. Somebody thought enough of you to recognize you for what you bring. So, hats off to you. That is definitely an accolade to be proud of. So, thank you.
Thank
What
you.
is a message that you would like for the people to take away today?
The message that I want people to take away today is this: understand you're not an accident. You are born on purpose for a purpose and with a purpose. And me being a man of faith that I am, I truly believe in the word of God because that's my anchor. That's really my rock that I stand on is the word of God. So when the Bible talks about Jeremiah 20:11 says, "For I know the plans I have for you," says the Lord plans to prosper, not to harm you, plans to give you hope in the future. I want you to know that your life is mapped out in the hands of God. And no matter how chaotic your life could be, God still has a final say, and all you need to know it's not over. And my brands came out because what you're looking at is somebody who had a father wound. I am a 3 times suicide attempt survivor. You talking about depression. I understand how that's like. You talking about giving up. My dad is a pastor. At the age of 5, my dad said, "Never call me dad. I'm not your dad. Call me pastor." I had a big father wound. So this man who's preaching the word of God is telling his kids, his biological kids, "Don't call me the not your dad, call me pastor." And for 23 years of my life, from the age of 5 to 28, I had this big father which I figure out who is Josiah's Jean Pierre. I didn't only have a father wound, I had God issues too. God, how can you call this man who's preaching your word and you're supposed to be the father of the fatherless, but this man is bending his own kids? How does that work? And it wasn't until I really gave my life to God and fully surrendering to Him and finding who He was for myself, that I started to realize that everything that I encountered in the 23 years of my life, from 5 to 28, God was turning it around for the good. To now, I am the voice to people who are voiceless, kids who has father wounds. You talking about people who are depressed. People talking about people who feel like there's no hope. The same trials and storms and tribulations I encountered, I am not becoming a voice out there. I was named Author of the Year out of South Africa. I've never been in the motherland. I don't know who's in the motherland. But to know that the books that I wrote, is making this much impact in the world is just proof that was in it the whole time. And no matter how many times you let go of God, God will never let go of you.
Never. Wow. You said a lot in that short period of time. And everything, and I just want you to know that everything that has transpired on this platform today has been in one accord with exactly what you just said.
Mm,
The Dr. Brian that came on, same testimony as yours. Father pastor, he had to go to his father didn't want him to put the book out, had to go to his father to get the book put out. And all types of things lined up with. So God is just showing up and showing out today,
mm,
and showing that we are on the right path, because everything has been in cohesion, and everybody has been able to be transparent. I tell you, I have truly been blessed, because I am someone that suffered with suicide attempts.
mm,
Um, I shot point blank range with a sawed off shotgun in a domestic violence. I shouldn't be here. So I know Jeremiah 29:11, because I question God. I question him on that Jeremiah 29:11. How can you tell me I got a purpose and yet this is happening to me? But yet it's real. And I thank you for sharing on today. How can we follow you? How can we support the things that you're doing? And what do you have coming up that we can get involved in? Because we need more men like you that are leading the way. Because if we look at the prison system and a lot of the things that is transpiring and going on right now, we have failed our black men. And we need more men like you. We need more men like Dr. Anderson that was on today, that is willing to share the word of God, willing to share their testimony, the things that they had to overcome to get where they are. We got individuals that had to overcome drug abuse,
mm,
had to overcome sexual abuse, all these types of things. Right here in the 100 Author Movement, we are a diverse group of people that you cannot sit down on, because God has truly been good to each and every one. And I'm seeing that as I interview you guys, and as I dig into your bios, and as I see your blog features, and I see the different things that you're sharing. So before we close, I want you to share, how can we support the things that you have going on? What do you have going on that we can support?
Yeah. Right now, I'm actually doing a book collaboration called A Message in the Wait. So I am looking for authors or people who are aspiring writers who want to be part of this project. The goal is to get this book out by November of next year because I'm going to submit it to for an award in Hollywood. So all the authors who are contributing will have a presence of an award as an author. It's going to be a customized book that's going to have every author who's in the book will have a customized cover of the book with their name on it, their own ISBN numbers, which means we will purchase their own ISBNs that they own right out. What does that mean for you as a writer or the author is the fact that you could go ahead and distribute this book however way you want it with your own ISBN number. So there's nobody will not have the same ISBN numbers. Every number will be different for every author. So if you want to book in bookstores, you could put in bookstores with your own ISBN numbers. So that's what I'm working on right now is a collaboration book called A Message in the Wait, sharing your journey of your turning your pain into purpose and what happened when you had to wait um, in the waiting season. So that's what I'm going on right now. I'm also going to Virginia in June. I just got selected and nominated again for another Lifetime Achievement Award from the president. The President's Lifetime Achievement Award will be in Virginia. So I'm going there in Virginia to receive my award. But as of right now, it's just a collaboration book that I'm putting together. My goal is to get at least like 10 to 12 authors, writers to share their story of messaging the wait and their waiting season, what happened, what transpired, and how did that make you feel in the waiting season.
Awesome, awesome. So, how can we connect with you so that we can be a part of that or anything that you're doing?
Yeah, so my Facebook is Jjp space Pierre Pierre. So Jjp Pierre Pierre. It's just be me in a suit, purple dress shirt. Instagram, it's Coach COACH with WITH underscore the little line Josias JOSIAS. You can also email me at Josiah Jean Pierre, so JOSIASJEANPIERRE at gmail.com.
Wow. Well, thank you so much for stopping by and sharing with us. I tell you, this has been very impactful. You are definitely doing some amazing things. So, definitely want you to keep your foot to the plow and keep
Thank
on
you.
pressing and keep on being that trailblazer because many are watching and we need examples like you in this world for our brown boys. So hats off to you. Hats off to you. We got some comments saying awesome work. So yes, thank you for all that you do.
Welcome. Thank you.
Again, yes. I'm sorry. You wanted to say something else? Go ahead. The floor is yours. If you have anything you want to say before we close out, I'm gonna close out after you share.
No, I was just say thank you for having me. It was an honor.
Of course, of course, of course. Well, I want to thank everyone that tuned in with us. We have one more show coming up tonight. Y'all can come back at 6. I tell you, I truly have been blessed by having these individuals stop by and share with me on today. If you have missed what has been transpiring, y'all know y'all can always go over to YouTube. Y'all can go over to U42. Y'all can go over to Twitch, anywhere the Crew Podcast is. But guess what? You don't have to go anywhere now because we now have a 24/7, 365-day channel where you can hear us 24 hours a day. All you got to do is just go over and just listen. You can just put it on play and it's just going to play, play, play. Anything the Crew Podcast, you may hear the Free Texas Campaign, you may hear the Crew Podcast, you may hear the prayer line. You may hear anything that's attached to the Crew Podcast. But again, I want to thank you guys for supporting the 100 authors movement, 100 authors to watch in 2025. I want to encourage you guys to go over, support the page. Aspiring authors, 100 authors to watch 2025. They have blogs, they're on YouTube, they're on Twitch, they're all over. We are sharing their brands, we are bringing awareness. I'm telling you, y'all gonna get sick of me because y'all about to see them all over the place. But I'll be back at 6 o'clock. See y'all in a little while. See y'all in a little while. Okay.